Yes, Maureen. So, ibig sabihin, yung dynamic yung iba, wala dyan?
For safety purposes po, like para po maiwasan yung mga electric shock at overheating po.
Okay, good. So, the reliability of PV system is of course depending on how we follow yung ating different standard. Diba? Kaya nga sabi natin, very important din yung safe use ng ating yung safety when it comes to installation. Diba? Also, kailangan ma-assure natin na, of course, in terms of reliability, yan. Kita ninyo? Okay? So, the PV reliability is very important para at least alam natin kung we can completely, okay, come up with a safe construction and installation in a longer time. Diba? So, very important na ma-check natin, okay, and exactly kung tama ba, most especially yung sa pag-install natin, okay, ng mga PV system natin. Okay? So, there are cases of course na kailangan, okay, important din na ma-check natin yung yung design kung tama depending on the needed loads ng system. Okay? Also, yan. Okay? So, syempre, ang solar cell natin, okay, i-check natin din yung kanyang efficiency. Diba? So, makikita nyo naman yan, class, sa ating nameplate. Okay? Or dun sa mismong brochure ng PV system ninyo. Minsan, nandun siya sa likod ng solar panels. So, yan, kung makikita ninyo, yan yung usually mga components ng ating panels. Diba? So, meron yung tempered glass, may aluminum frame, may mga encapsulant material, and then yung ating photovoltaic solar cell, and even yung junction box natin. Diba? So, kaya kailangan ma-ensure natin, i-check nyo muna din kung halimbawang ilalagay nyo siya, kung gumagana yung mga solar panels ninyo. Diba? So, kailangan ma-ensure natin na, of course, you need to check, okay, kung each of the panels or modules natin ay gumagana. Para yung isang array niya, alam natin na ganito yung kaya niyang capacity. Okay? Another one is yung failure rates. Yan, modes and mechanisms. So, yan yung mga sample natin. Okay? And very important then na we are aware on the different standards used in PV system. Okay? So, you need to check on the following. Okay? So, yan. So, yan yung mga samples natin when it comes to the type of PV system. Okay? So later on, papakita ko sa inyo yung pwede ninyong gamitin. Yan. Diba? Kita ninyo ano nang nangyari. Okay? So we have here some of the failure mechanism. Sa tingin ninyo, ano ba yung usually pwede mangyari sa solar panels when it comes to failure? This is just an example. Okay? Anong possible na pwede mangyari din sa ating mga solar panels? Let me see. Halimbawa, i-install na natin siya. Sa tingin ninyo, Randel, anong possible na pwedeng mangyari sa mga solar panels? Nandiyan ba si Randel? Can you share to us? Okay? Kasi pwede din mag-fail ang solar panels natin. Or, in what way? Randel. So, ano yung usually nagiging problem natin when it comes to solar panels? Okay, good. So, syempre, i-check ninyo. Diba? Minsan yan ay mayroong crack. Diba? Minsan may dent. Okay? And minsan din, there are cases na minsan corroded. Okay? So, kaya you need to check and make sure na, of course, properly, okay, ay kaya nga meron tayong testing mo. Bago niyo yan. So we have testing on that. Kasi bago natin siya i-install, dapat ma-assure ninyo na, of course, you see to it na properly functional siya para at least walang system failure. Okay? Another one is, of course, as you can see here, yan yung mga usually nagiging problem natin sa module. Okay? So yan yung mga sample. Diba? Kita ninyo yung itsura, nagkakaroon ng degradation. Diba? Dun sa mga conductor. Diba? Kasi syempre, ilan yung components niya, diba? Okay? So, minsan because of moisture, tingnan niyo yung mga samples natin. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng metal segregations, okay? Nagko-corrode kasi syempre, 'di ba, yung kanya because of moisture, okay? So from there, pwedeng mag-increase yung resistance niya in heating. Okay? So yan yung mostly mga PV failure mechanism natin. And at the same time, yan, ito yung sample para kayo ay aware. So yung failure mechanism natin, meron siyang discoloration, okay, may corrosion, may fracture, yan yung mga sample. So you need to take note on the following, di ba? So ano yung nagiging effect niya, di ba? So yan, syempre, kung alam natin yung failure mechanism of that module, alam natin yung failure sites saan makikita, kung fracture, syempre sa glass, di ba? So, yan yung mga sample natin and then yung failure mode niya. Okay? Halimbawa, si fracture. So, anong affected? Yung glass niya. So, magkakaroon ng crack. Diba? So, take note on this table. So, kita natin yung failure mechanism, especially yung mga PV system natin. Okay? So, ito yung mga sample model natin and then yung environment test natin. Okay? So, kailangan ma-check natin exactly yung mga PV system natin before installation. And pagtagal, kailangan yung proper maintenance kasi hindi maiiwasan yung mga failure mechanism na yan. Okay? So, yan yung sample testing and certification organizations natin. Okay? Yung mga PV modules natin. Okay? Na in standard. Usually yung PV modules natin with junction box. Yan. This is an example of the PV standard system reference. So yan, kindly check on the following. Okay? Yan, even sa storage, we have the following testing and certifications. Sa inverter, meron din, even sa charge controller and combined box. So you need to check on the following PV standards system reference. Okay? So what else? So kung makikita ninyo, 'di ba, yung ating mga PV itself, yung mga solar panels natin, meron yung okay? And even yung other components niya, meron yung product certifications like this. Okay? So usually it represents yung manufacturer's declaration niya na yung product complies with the minimum product safety and health, even yung environmental requirements. So, yan yung example, yung CE marking natin. So, nandun that it needs na yung ating product certifications ay nandun yung legal requirements niya when it comes to safety, health, and environmental requirements. Okay? And then we have these product certifications. Yan. Nakikita nyo ba yan, class? Halimbawa, meron pa siyang FCC. So, that is a certification mark that the equipment, yung electronic equipment natin and system usually ay manufactured or sold in the USA. So, yan yun. Ibig sabihin, ano siya? That is in standards with Federal Communication. Okay? Ano pa? Yan kasi makikita ninyo dun sa stamp. Kasi minsan, yung mga ratings niya naka-stamp mismo dun sa components. So, meron din tayong CV. Okay? So, that is a global system for mutual acceptance of product safety, test reports, and certificates. So, that is an example ng ating mga CV na system. Understood? Okay. So, usually, hindi nawawala yung ating product certifications when it comes to the different components na ginagamit natin on the installation. So, meron din tayong example yan. IEC. So, you can check and download this standards. So, edition na 61215, edition 2, crystalline silicon PV module design, qualification and type standard. So, ito ginagamit natin in terms of crystalline silicon, di ba? So, kita ninyo yan. Okay? So, we use that IEEE kapag halimbawa ang gagamitin ninyo ay crystalline silicon na PV module design. So, this is an example, okay, nung kanyang framework, okay, kapag ang gagamitin natin ay crystalline silicon PV module design. So, you can follow this IEC 6125 na edition. Okay, so, para at least alam natin yung withstanding capability ng crystalline silicon PV modules natin. Ano pa? So, we also have this IEC 61730 PV module safety qualifications. So, yung kanyang preconditioning system and even kung paano yung kanyang way, okay, for fire test, glass breakage test, kung i-contact natin, so we need to follow this standard. Okay? Ano pa? We also have IEC 61646. Ito naman in terms, halimbawa, ang gagamitin ninyo ay thin film PV modules. So, kailangan in terms of this standard, ma-check ninyo yung test capability ng ating mga thin film PV module. Diba? In terms of its temperature and irradiance. Okay? So, yan yung example. Tingnan ninyo. May mga ganyan tayo na nakakapag na-i-curve natin. Diba? So, yan ang example ng mga thin film PV modules natin. Nakakita na ba kayo ng thin film? Ano pa? This is an example pa for protection against electrical shock. Dapat alam natin that we follow IEC 60364-44T1. Okay? So, ano yan? Para malaman natin ano yung durability, ano yung high dielectric strength, and mechanical stability ng ating PV system. So, we have this one. Okay? So, yan, syempre, hindi pwede tayo mag-install lang. Part ng design kasama yung mga standards na yan, and even in the part of installation. So, we have this one, IEC 61701, or tinatawag din siyang salt mist corrosion resistance testing on PV modules. So, ibig sabihin, that certification is something na dapat alam natin na in terms, meron kasing cases ng PV system yan na iilagay sa mga salt water. Okay? So, lalo yung malapit sa dagat, di ba? Halimbawa, yung mga resort, kung gusto nila. So, kung i-design natin siya, dapat makita natin yung corrosion effect. Kasi, merong cases na nandun yung salt mist corrosion natin. So, dapat mga solar installer will check, okay, in a highly corrosive environment or atmosphere, lalo yung malapit sa dagat, na yung resistance of PV panels natin, ma-check niya yung corrosive effects. Naintindihan? So, part yan, dun papasok dun sa design. Nakuha nyo? Class? Hello? Nakakita na ba kayo ng mga PV system natin na ganyan, usually near in sa dagat? Okay? May nakita na kayo? So, part yan, syempre, we need to follow this standard para maiwasan natin yung corrosion. Kasi, syempre, if that will be affected by those failure mechanism of PV system, mababawasan ang lifespan niya. Naintindihan? And then, yung kaya niyang i-generate, okay, na electricity. Okay? So, nababawasan din yung ating efficiency. Okay? So, part yan. Dapat alam ninyo na, okay, meron palang ganitong standards that I need to follow, especially if I am going to design sa mga malapit sa dagat or on any, okay, so body of water. So, kailangan ay ma-check ninyo. Ano pa? So, yung test type approval kapag mayroong degradation. So, usually gumagamit tayo ng potential induced degradation para makita natin yung stress dun sa mga PV system natin. Usually, we test that so that we will be able to check yung delaminations natin. Di ba kita ninyo yung before and after? Ito yung before and ito yung after. Nagkakaroon ng potential induced degradation or yung tinatawag na PID. So we need to test, okay, and check yung module degradation natin ng mga PV system natin. Kasi para alam natin, okay, pwede na siyang palitan. Subject to change na itong PV panel, itong mga solar panels na to. Okay, kasi yan, minsan, lalo kapag power plants, kung kayo ang maintenance engineer doon, you need to make a report. Okay? Ano pa? Kasi pag tinanong sa inyo, bakit hindi natin yung palitan? Na-test mo ba? Okay? So, we use this standard to check yung potential induced degradation ng ating PV system. Okay. Also, dapat aware kayo sa National Electrical Code. Okay? 2020. So, that applies dun sa mga PV system natin, especially yung mga components niya for safety installation and safety design of the PV modules. You need to check this, di ba? Yung NFPA natin, 70 or the National Electric Code. So usually kapag complete na yung components natin or in the components of the PV modules, kailangan ma-assure natin that we follow NEC 2020. Understood? Ano pa? We also have PEC. So ito, i-check ninyo. So, meron na ba tayong bagong PEC? Anong updated? So, ang gagamitin natin is yung updated na Philippine Electrical Code. Okay? So, doon mababasa ninyo yung about sa rapid shutdown of PV system on buildings. Tingnan ninyo anong nangyari, di ba? Nasusunog din pala ang ating mga PV system. Okay? As you can see here, okay, there are cases din pala na possible na masunog or magkaroon ng rapid shutdown ng basic PV system. So, anong gagawin ninyo? Kaya yan, very important din na ma-check upon installation yung roofing. Diba? So, kailangan i-check ninyo in that time, using this, i-check ninyo yung rapid shutdown ng PV system. How are we going to react on this? Kasi tulad niya, ng PV system, nasunog. Diba? So, it must be, alam agad natin kung paano natin siya i-re-energize. Okay? So, you can look at here on that resource. Okay? So, check ninyo sa PEC 2017. Ano pa? Ito pa. Rapid shutdown of PV system on building. So, in case of emergency, anong gagawin natin? Diba? So, DC-rated relays are used to means the rapid shutdown of PV system. So, as you can see there, building or structures with both utility service comply with that standard shall have a permanent plaque or directory including the following, di ba? Yun, dapat daw sa design natin, we have photovoltaic system equipped with rapid shutdown. Di ba? Ibig sabihin, that plaque or directory shall be reflected or kita. Having a minimum height. So, kailangan pala upon installation, meron yan. Di ba? So, para at least alam natin yung way na anong gagamitin natin na control in terms of rapid shutdown kapag nagkaroon ng mga ganyang cases. Di ba? Na nasusunog pala yung mga PV system natin. Understood? Para at least mag-energize natin siya. May questions kayo? Class? Hello? So, kindly check on the following resources kasi very important that we need to follow the following standards, usually in the design and installation of PV system. And then, yan yung example natin. In terms of reliability assessment, dapat alam natin yung design and functionality of the following components ng pag-install ng isang PV system. And dapat alam din natin yung its parts, di ba? And then, its failure mechanism. Yung overall system natin and even yung components natin, alam natin yung failure mechanism natin. Hindi lang lagi siyang in terms of PV. Hindi lang laging in terms of solar panels. Since meron yung mga electrical components, dapat you are also aware of the failure mechanism ng ating mga PV system na components. Kasi hindi naman laging sa solar panels nagpa-fail. Other electrical components, meron yang failure mechanism, so dapat we are aware. Halimbawa, hindi nag-function yung inverter, what will we do? How about yung ating charge controller or even battery? So, dapat alam din natin yung proper maintenance and even yung correct way, okay, na pwede natin gawin in terms of failure. May questions or clarifications? So, among that, okay, you can check on the following references and then you need to check on the standards, okay, discussed to you. May tanong? Class? Hello? Hello? May question? Class?
Wala po.
Hello? Nakuha nyo? Okay. Let me check. Kindly open this one. I want to become familiar with the informations that we can check, okay, about solar. Okay, so try to open this one. Global Solar Atlas. Okay, open nyo to. So, Global Solar Atlas. Kindly open this one. Ito can be used as a way to check, okay, para at aware kayo. Kung halimbawa magdi-design kayo, pwede nyo itong gamitin. Ito, kindly open this. Global Solar Atlas. Have you checked it? Hello? Na-open nyo? Class? So, para aware kayo ano yung pwede natin gamitin. Try to have that one, ha? Okay. So, kita ninyo yung Global Solar Atlas? Yan. Have you checked it? Hello? Bakit si Francis lang ang nag-check? I already sent it to your message box. Okay. So, halimbawa, okay? So, you need to open Philippines. Dito tayo sa site. Okay? Or map. So, or pwede din dito ninyo i-check. Philippines. Yan. Diba? So, halimbawa, i-check natin yung country. O, Batangas. Yan. So, from there, we can check. Diba? Halimbawa, sa Batangas yan, pwede mong hanapin yung area. Saan dyan sa Batangas na yan. Okay? Halimbawa, here, okay? On that location, we can have the what? Yung data niya. Okay? Yung direct normal irrigation, okay? Yung ating tilted, okay, or optimum angle that we can follow. Tingnan niyo, sabi natin, yung irradiance natin, yan. So, yan yung kanyang specific, di ba? Values. And then even yung air temperature and then yung terrain elevation, makikita natin siya. Diba? So, halimbawa, if you choose to have a small residential on that, di ba kung makikita ninyo, may small residential, medium size commercial, ground-mounted, floating charge, pwede ba siya? Pwede natin siyang i-check. So, hahanapin mo lang dyan on that particular location, okay? So, kung halimbawa sa Batangas siya, you need to look kung saang location sa Batangas. Yun yan ilalagay. So, pwede ninyong tingnan dyan. Halimbawa, dito. Okay? Dito on that location. Okay? Dapat alam natin, okay, yan naman, makik-check ninyo yung latitude, longitude. So, inyo lang i-identify kung saan mismong location. Naintindihan? Last. So, dyan, may makukuha tayong information sa site natin pag halimbawang tayo ay mag-i-install na PV system. Naintindihan? Hello? So, pwede nyo din i-drag kung saang area siya Okay? So, dito lang meron siyang surface area na needed na 100, okay, kilometers square. Okay? So, yan. So, i-check ninyo. So, halimbawa, din eh. Okay? So, dito sa location na to, i-identify ninyo. So, halimbawa, yung solar measurement size. Yan. So, pwede nyo naman siyang i-check. Para meron na kayong data. Pag halimbawa gagamitin nyo yan, pag tayo, for example, ay nag-assimilation, so dapat alam natin kung saan yung ating, halimbawa, Philippines na siya. So, try to open this one para aware kayo kung ano yung pwede natin gamitin. Ha? Lalabas naman siya. Yan. Di ba ito yung area ng buong Batangas? Di ba kung makikita ninyo, yan yung area na. Okay? So, meaning on your previous study, we can check here. Hahanapin ninyo kung saan location in Batangas yan. Okay, so halimbawa dito. So, yung site mo na paglalagyan, halimbawa, dyan. Halimbawa, ay maglalagay kayo sa JP Rizal Street. Yan yung inyong locations. So, meaning, ito yung information kung pwedeng makuha sa kanya. Kung gusto ko halimbawa magtayo dyan ng PV system, alam ko yung kanyang output na possible. Diba? On that location. Alam natin yung irradiance and even yung optimal tilt na pwede natin gamitin, anong angle ng solar panels ninyo, as you can see. Tapos alam natin kung ano yung temperature dyan, okay? And even yung terrain elevations, you have the data. So, pwede nyo din gamitin si Global Solar Atlas. So, from there kasi, meron kayong makukuha na initial data natin, especially if you are going to do a design. Okay? Kasi there are cases, halimbawa, gagamit kayo ng software, very important na alam ninyo din yung inputs or parameters needed natin for us to do the design. So if you have that graphical locations and then using this one, okay, kita natin, halimbawa, yan, okay, kung halimbawa gusto niyo dyan ng small residential, okay, yan, so pwede daw tayo dyan mag-produce ng ganitong power output annually, diba? So, halimbawa, i-open natin yung detail niya on that locations, alam natin, okay? So, yan, meron na kayong data for solar elevation, yung solar azimuth ninyo, okay? So, yung inyong mismong map, okay, makikita niyo siya, okay, yung long term, okay, when it comes to the supply, and yan, so makikita ninyong average hourly profiles natin. Halimbawa, ang installed capacity mo ay 1 kilowatts. Okay? So, alam natin, kung ang configuration mo dito ay ng PV system ay gagamitin natin sa small residential, yan. So, yung PV panels mo, yung azimuth, 180 degree, yung tilt niya dapat is 13 degree, and pwede tayo mag-install dyan ng 1 kilowatts. Okay? From that, makikita mo yung annual average niya, and even yung hourly profiles niya, yan, makikita natin. Okay? So, ang kailangan lang, ito, yung mga sum of the inputs na pwede natin gamitin. Okay? So, yan yung monthly photovoltaic output natin. So, yan. So, those are the way para at least from there, yung mga preliminary informations natin, pwede natin siyang gamitin kapag nag-conduct tayo ng design. Naintindihan? Hello? Nakuha? Class? So, dapat aware kayo ha. Dapat alam niyo ito, yung ganitong way. Para at least in terms of geographical locations, kung ako'y dun magtatayo, alam ko agad yung mga data. Okay? Especially yung sa irradiance, yung tilting. Okay? So, para aware kayo. Okay? Even yung temperature dyan. Tingnan nyo, ang temperature pala doon, 26.1 degrees Celsius. Yung taas niya is 114 meters. Para at least you have the data. Naintindihan ka, class? Hello. So, yan, basahin ninyo itong about sa Global Atlas. So, try to make sure na yan. Para at least you can have this one para aware kayo kung paano natin siya gagamitin. Nakuha? Class? Any questions or clarifications? Hello? May tanong? Yung report nito, yan, pwede mo siyang i-print in PDF, nada-download natin siya. And then if you want to open, makikita natin yung informations niya. Yung data, kung gusto mong naka-Excel, pwede mo din makita. Para halimbawa, lalagay mo lang yung kung saan yung source mo. Okay? Para at least meron kang geographical information about that. Panlagay din kasi siya dun sa informations na needed natin, especially kung gusto mong malaman yung kanyang inputs na pwede natin gamitin when it comes to the information na needed. Usually, kailangan natin yan kapag nandun na tayo sa design natin. Naintindihan? Class? Hello? Nakuha? Any questions or clarifications? So, be sure that you open that link para you are aware, okay? Para at least alam natin kung anong gagamitin natin. Any questions or clarifications? May tanong? No. Do you have questions or clarifications? Nakuha na? Ayan. So, para lang alam niyo na may mga ganito in terms of solar, meron kayong mapagkukunan ng data. Okay? So, may tanong, class? Hello? We have questions or clarifications? Okay. So, kung wala, I will present to you yung first case study ninyo. Ang submission nito, di ba, exam ninyo. So, we will follow the schedule of your midterm exam. Ang midterm ninyo, I think parang Thursday yon. I-check ninyo dun sa schedule, okay, this week. So, ang submission naman ng case study ito, di ba, anong Sunday kasi yon. So, feeling ko may klase pa din tayo ng, may exam pa din pa. May exam ba kayo ng 29? Kung may exam kayo ng 29, okay, ang submission na niya ay April 5. Itong case study. Nakuha ninyo? Sige, bibigyan ko na lang kayo ng mahabang time. April 5 ko na lang ipapapasa yung case study dito. Naintindihan? Para you can focus on studying other courses. So, mag-focus muna kayo ng exam, but I will give you the template para at least ang submission mahaba yung time ninyo pwedeng itong gawin. This is the scenario. You need to look for a hybrid system case study. Nakuha? So, as easy as that. And then you just need to follow itong case study template natin. So, that is your choice, diba? So, kasi na makapagbasa kayo ng case analysis with respect to hybrid. So, sa hybrid kasi usually naman, both na cover niya eh. Okay? So, this is the template that you need to follow. Yan, ito. So, it will be by group. Kita nyo? Class? Okay. So, you need to put here your title. So, I will upload this on your Google Classroom, same as the learning materials that I discussed this morning. Kita nyo ba? Class? Okay. So, here, yan. Yung case natin, study template lalagyan. Ito lang yung need natin na table of contents ninyo. Okay, from that case study, you need to put introduction and background, okay, problem statement, case study objectives, methods, data collection, even the findings and observation, and then yung root cause analysis natin, and then your proposed solutions or mitigating strategies. Ano yung impact niya, and you need to put conclusion and recommendations and references. Naintindihan? So, yan yung dapat content ng inyong study. So, ilalagay niyo siya, okay, in PowerPoint presentation, and para at least, kapag may time tayo, you can discuss kung anong nakita ninyo or mai-share niyo siya on your classmates. Nakuha? Hello? So, yan yung dapat ay laman ng inyong case study. Any questions? Meaning, your group will look on the case study related to hybrid PV system or related to hybrid solar energy system. Nakuha nyo ba? Hello? Nakuha, class? Okay? So, kahit anong case study, as long as related to hybrid, okay, and hybrid PV system or hybrid energy system, yun yung gagawa ninyo ng ganitong template. Yun dapat yung makita natin. So, based from that, you need to read, okay, ano yung problem there, okay? Para alam natin, okay, ang nagiging problem pala sa hybrid PV system is ganito. Kasi kaya siya ay case analysis para all of us will be aware, okay, what is happening when it comes to hybrid PV system. Nakuha ninyo? From there, okay, makikita natin the methods that they use, paano sila nag-collect ng data, okay, paano nila na-analyze. Siyempre, may problem doon, halimbawa. Tapos, you need to put the root cause analysis, ano yung proposed solution nila, or pwede din kung makikita ninyo kung may ganito silang naging challenge when it comes to hybrid PV system, ano yung naging proposed solution. So, iti-take down ninyo. And then, you can put expected impact. Kung wala naman siyang cost-benefit analysis, pwede hindi na natin lagyan. Kung halimbawa meron, okay, kita ninyo na, okay, ito yung cost ng kanilang PV system ng hybrid, pero since they encounter this problem, nadagdagan. Diba? Nagkaroon ng replacement. So, if may mga ganun kayong makita, you can add the cost-benefit analysis. Nakuha nyo? Class? Hello? Naintindihan ba? Class? Okay. So, my questions or clarifications? Hello? Do you have questions or clarifications? Class? Nakuha ba ang gagawin sa case study? So, I will check first on your... So, ang submission yan, i-upload ko yan din sa inyong Google Classroom later. Okay? May tanong, class? Any questions or clarifications before I proceed? May tanong ba kayo? Nakuha ga? Okay. So, tignan natin. So, mag-group kayo today. Kasi we still have time. I want you to put here. Para hindi kayo pare-parehasan ng title. Hindi nyo ilagay. 4 to 3 to 4 members lang. Kindly put here yung group members ninyo. So, kayo ay 28. Diba? So, yung nandito lang ang magsasubmit ng case study. Since yung mga absent ay hindi nag-inform kung bakit wala ngayon, okay? So, kayo lang yung magsasubmit ng case study 1. So, need ko kasi title, baka pa may magkaparehas kayo. Dito nyo ilagay. Para hindi kayo pare-parehas ng title ng case study. Oh, kindly put here yung group number and then group names. 3 to 4 members lang ha. And then title. Aring title na are, para lang hindi kayo and then link kung saan ninyo kinuha. Yan. Okay, so kindly fill up this form para kita ko ngayon kung sino yung magkakagrupo. So, dapat ang magre-reflect lang ngayon ay kung sino yung present today. Kindly open this. So, yan ay case study number 1 nyo. Ayan. Kindly open. Ayan. Na-access nyo. Okay. So, since we have still have time, kindly fill up this. So, kailangan ang bilang lang yan magiging 29. Ayan, pakilagay. 3 to 4 members. Tapos, para hindi kayo pare-parehas ng title ng case study related to hybrid PV system. So, yan ay sa Pilipinas or sa ibang bansa, it's okay. Okay, whether local or foreign, isa lang ang inyong hahanapin na case studies related to hybrid PV system or hybrid solar energy system. Nakuha ninyo, class? So, para lang walang scene, okay, madami kasing case analysis or case studies related on that para hindi kayo pare-parehas. Para pag nag-share kayo ng information about the case study, we are all aware, okay, on the things that we can find about ayan, try to put yung group 3 to 4 members only. So, lagay ko din yung logo. So, bakit ang nag-a-access lang ay wawal ilan? Ilalagay ko din yung way ko pa anong gagawin ninyo. So, ito, mga pwede natin siya ilagay. So, for may questions kayo dun sa gagawin ninyo, class, para at least habang okay, so kita nyo ba yung nilagay ko dito? Yan. Yan yung mga pwede ninyong i-check din upon your analysis. Okay, and then 5, use the case study. Okay, so yan yung instruction ninyo. So you need to analyze a hybrid, okay, real hybrid EV system. Ano naman yun? Para kita natin. Nakuha? So you need first to understand the case. Okay? You need to identify 4 system components. Ito kasi mga panlagay ninyo dun sa template nyo. You need to know the system operation and its performance. And then from there, you can check, okay, and use the case study template. Kung meron man dito sa sample na wala, okay, it's okay. Halimbawa, yan, yung system components, you can put other components. Okay, yung system operation niya, pwede nyo i-discuss. Ito ay some way lang para mabilis kayong come up ng case analysis and then check its performance para meron kayong mailagay dun sa template. Naintindihan? Class? Hello? Nakuha nyo? So kapag kayo may questions or any clarifications, feel free to ask me anytime. So yung inyong sinong wala pang kagrupo? Okay. So ilalagay kong submission. Ano sabi ko sa inyo? April anak? Class?
April 5 po.
Sige, ilalagay ko. Face-to-face tayo nun, no? Face-to-face? Parang hindi. Anong tatapatan nun? Week 11. So, ngayon kasi, week 8. Week 9. Week 9. So, face-to-face na tayo nito. Isasubmit niyo yung hard copy at saka e-copy. Yan. Okay? Any questions or clarifications? So, alam nang gagawin. You need to analyze a real hybrid PV system. Okay, para at least aware kayo on how they design. Okay, ano yung components and its performance and how it was used. And then also, you need to check. Ito yung guidelines lang. Para at least itong nasa instruction na part ay guide sa inyo para malagyan natin yung inyong study case template. Okay? So, ilan na yan? 1, 2. Nasaan yung iba? Bakit hindi naglalagay? Naglalagay kayong iba? So, 3 to 4 members lang kayo, ha? May questions kayo or clarification? Hello? May tanong? Sino pang walang kagrupo? Kayo ay, yan, bakit biglang dumami? 30 na kayo. Kadating lang ng iba. Yes, Tristan J.
Wala pa po akong kagroup, ma'am.
Yung walang kagrupo. Wala pa daw si Tristan J. Hello? Okay? So, yan. Si Tristan daw, wala pa. Kindly open your camera. So, ito yung isama ninyo. Yung ibang absent ay mag-i-screenshot ako, send ko sa ating Google Chat. Pag may concern kayo, doon lang sa Google Chat. Okay. I will take, kindly open your camera. I will take a screenshot today. So, kung sino lang present this morning,